Yeah, so hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, coming to hang out with you guys here for a little bit. I was hoping that I was going to be able to start this live earlier tonight. I wanted to get started at like 6 o'clock, but I was having some technical difficulties. And when I say that, guys, I used to, when I go live and everything, used to be a thing where I had information that I wanted to share, something that I wanted to talk about, and something would just come to the top of my mind, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and gather some information about whatever the subject was or whatever. And once I got my information all gathered together, then it was like a lot of handwritten stuff. Like I would have to write a lot of stuff out by hand, and so I would have notes to come back and share with you or whatever. And I found a way to make it easier, but then for whatever reason, it seems like it's not it's not happening as easily as I thought it was going to happen, just because of the fact that I'm not the biggest tech person. So it's a little bit frustrating, but the only way that you can really get something is to keep going at it, and practice makes perfect. So I'm not giving up, but anyhow, guys, the last time I went live was actually for uh, the full pink moon that we had on April the 1st, which always April the 1st is also April Fool's Day. But on that night, we had the full pink moon that fell under the sign of Libra. So that's all about balance and everything. And that was the last time I went live. And I wanted to go live the very next night, and I had said that, but it didn't work out quite that way. And again, Libra is all about balance and all that. And oh, wow, am I trying to find a balance with things, right? I'm really trying to find a balance with things, but I don't want to take up too much time. Um, I don't want to take up too much time talking or whatever about things that don't matter. But anyhow, I'm back again, and I'm happy to be coming to hang out with you guys. Um, so basically, okay, let me go quickly say what my channel is all about. My channel, which is called Sunset Songs, my channel Sunset Songs is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. If you are watching this right now, then that might mean that you already know what the law of attraction is. I'll quickly say the law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like. With when you are thinking positive thoughts, trying to have the most positive thoughts that that you can reach for. You are thinking positive thoughts, hanging out with positive people, taking positive actions like towards your goals, whatever. Then, so said that through the law of attraction, you would be attracting the positive back into your life. On the other hand, it works in the same way. If you are thinking negative thoughts constantly, hanging out with negative people, the Debbie Downers, the Nancy negative type people, you're not taking positive steps. You're constantly, I don't know, just, you get what I'm saying. Positive leads to more positivity, more and more negative. Negative things lead to more negative things. And I don't know why you would want to do that. So, again, my channel is all about trying to keep up with the positive. And obviously, my channel is called Sunset Songs, being that I called my channel Sunset Songs. In order for you to have a sunset, you have to have a sunrise, and that's two, different kind of energies there. That's light and darkness. So, obviously, I'm aware that in life it is a world of duality. But at the same time, when there are things that come our way that we don't like, or it's not working in our favor or whatever, my idea is that we're going to try to come together as a community, whatever. And the idea is to transmute it into something better, into the positive. So, let me jump so I've told you my channel and all that. And, um, you know, basically what you're looking at right now is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Um, I am going to be talking about, I don't know if you guys have heard, I mean, most likely you already have heard about it. There is, um, like a thing going on with the moon right now, and it's called Artemis 2. Now, my idea is, guys, I had other information that I had I had come up with, and I've already said it before, I've said it just a little bit ago, that I'm having problems with technology. I'm not the biggest tech person, and I'll come up with information and then I'm like, okay, I think I got everything saved up. I'll come back and then I'll have some of the stuff and then some of the other things, parts of it will be gone. And this is like the second time that I have come up with information. If I find the old stuff, I'll bring that back some other time. But for right now, this is where I'm going to be working from. But if most like you've heard in the news and everything about the whole thing that's going on with, Artemis 2 and all that. And guys, being that I work with, the elements of nature and the moon phases and all that, as soon as I started hearing about, this whole thing that was going on, Artemis 2 and everything in the news, it made me think back to the fact that, okay, how it all got started. And I'm into things like mythology and all that stuff. And as soon as it came up where, they're talking about Artemis 2, I'm like, okay, I'm making this connection here. And I wanted to go back and talk about the fact that, okay, how they came up with the idea of Artemis is because that the Greek, and I'm going to be going down through my notes, the Greek goddess, I've got my notes here. In Greek mythology, Artemis is the Greek goddess of the moon. Okay. And, that's, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I'm gonna have to make a little bit of a video about this and just go back and find out more information. And guys, that's what I'm going to be delivering to you tonight, because I'm just going to lay it all out. I don't want to get like tongue tied and confused and all that. So I'm going to just start reading from my notes. And because, guys, I've been wanting to deliver this for a little bit, but again, I had lost my information. I don't want to take a chance on losing it again. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. But basically what you're looking at, I came up with this, the picture the other day or whatever, and everything went crazy and haywire and whatnot. And I didn't get it up or whatever, but you're going to understand what you're looking at here in a little bit. Basically, I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry. And with that being said, I don't appear in my videos. Lately, my avatar is an actual picture of my silhouette. Okay. But you don't know what I look like, but anyhow, basically who is standing or what is standing in for me tonight right now, because lately, I found a way to kind of incorporate myself into the image that you look at instead of just having my avatar. So basically I'm kind of hanging out and saying that I'm kind of like the person that's, holding it looks like a big beach ball or basketball, and that's the moon. And I'm kind of saying, okay, well, that's going to stand in for me because I, Shadow Girl Sherry, am African American. But the lady in the left, that is actually Artemis. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from my notes. You'll get everything, and because I don't want to get all tongue-tied and confused, and then the next thing I know, the information that I have will be gone. So I don't want that to happen, because I don't know what's been going on lately. So anyhow, so I'm just going to start reading from my notes, and here in a little bit, I'll be explaining to you or letting you know what the sunset song is for this particular episode. And what's the sunset song? I'll quickly say this as well. For every episode that I come up with for my channel, Sunset Songs, I try to think up a song. I try to tell them like my higher self, or you might say your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, my higher self, my spirit guides, just a thought in my mind. I don't know if you just want to say it that way, but I'm just like, okay, well, before I go live or I make a video, try to tell my higher self, my thought, whatever. Okay, give me a song, play a song in my mind or in my heart that is tailored around whatever it is that I'm going to be talking about for that, what I'll call particular episode to my channel, Sunset Songs. And in just a little bit, you're going to know what the sunset song for tonight is going to be. This is a song that I really love this song. I don't know. I don't know how everybody's going to feel about it, but I've said here on my channel that, you could come on one night and I could have a R&B song. Another night it could be, I don't know, it could be It could be any kind of music, because I like a little bit of everything. So anyhow, I'm going to be breaking all that down. But anyhow, so I'm going to start with my notes here. So let me find a good spot here. Okay, and I'm just going to start reading my notes again. All right. And this is about mythology, and I'm just bringing all this together when it comes to Artemis. Okay, so basically the Apollo versus Artemis timeline. Okay, now in 1969, Apollo, okay, the first moon landing program was named Apollo after the Greek god of the sun. This era was defined by the space race, a competition to prove technological superiority. We went to the moon because it was a hard goal that pushed human limits. Okay. Now, that was back in 1969. Okay. Now, everything started with Apollo, which, again, Apollo is the Greek god of the sun. Okay. So that's where it started. But now here in 2026, we have Artemis. Okay. Now, okay. So in 2026, Artemis, and guys, I had more notes about the Greek god and everything, and when I find the information, I'm going to come back and bring that to you as well. But for right now, I'm just like, I wanted to come and hang out, so I pulled up whatever I could find. I want to say what's up to everybody. I see a wise guy join me. Okay, I see a Alvin P23. I see a J. I see a Malv. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I wanted to get on earlier, but things have worked out the way they have. And guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I see a Caleb, a Jay. Thank you all for joining me tonight. So I'm going to jump into my notes. Okay. Here in 2026, okay, Artemis, NASA's current program is named Artemis. In Greek mythology, Artemis is the twin sister of Apollo and the goddess of the moon. Okay. The connection. By naming the new mission's Artemis, NASA is signaling a return. While Apollo was about the first footsteps, Artemis is about staying, establishing a permanent base, and notably landing the first woman on the lunar surface. Okay. Okay. The origin of the birthday cake. And guys, when I heard about the whole Artemis thing, it made me, I had gotten into things like something called like your solar return. Your solar return is actually it's actually, when it comes to spirituality, I look at it as like it's this big, huge book. And at one point I had kind of gotten into the idea of a solar return, and I got a book on it and I started studying about it and all that. And that's when I started, I read up a little bit about Artemis. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you. Your solar return is basically, you can get your solar return chart and everything. And, you put in your information, and basically on your birthday, the sun is in just about the same spot, almost about the same spot as it was the day that you were born. Okay. And that's all your solar return and all that. And I don't want to get into all that, but, when I was finding out stuff about that, I found out about the origin of the birthday cake, and like why a birthday cake is round and all that. I'm going to be reading that in here in just a second. I see it went up. I see a Camden Wagner. I see a Roy Palmer 17. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I see Amanda. I don't want to start mispronouncing people's names or whatever. Guys, this has been kind of like a long day, and I'm just so happy to be joining you guys. And I finally got around to it. And I've found this balance and everything. So again, I'm just going to keep reading from my notes. Okay. So, the origin of the birthday cake. Okay. Okay. Moon cakes. Okay. Ancient Greeks used to bake round or honey sweetened cakes to honor Artemis's birthday, celebrated on the 6th day of every lunar month. Okay. And basically, guys, that's how we got the idea of a birthday cake. It came from, it originated from Artemis. This is the information that I found. Okay. And I'm always going to let you guys know that, I do my best to try to find the most accurate information. I'm not saying if you want to go and look up information, obviously you can do so, but, I just go, I come up with an idea, I start collecting information, and then I bring it to you guys. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the information just as much as I had the fun that I had looking up the information. So anyhow, here I go. So, but the origin of the birthday cake, okay? So moon cakes. Ancient Greeks used to bake round or honey-sweetened cakes to honor Artemis's birthday, celebrated on the 6th day of every lunar month. Okay? The glow. They placed lit candles on the cake to make them glow like the full moon. So, guys, you get the idea that they made round cakes because, a full moon and looks like a big round basketball or whatever. So the idea was to that's why it started out with like a round birthday cake. Okay. And then you put the candles on it and then it makes it glow like a full moon. Okay. So that's the origin of a birthday cake. Okay. So these are the ideas that I wanted to bring to you just when I heard about, okay, Artemis. And I'm like, okay, I know where they're, because I had looked up this stuff before, then I'm like, okay, I got to make a video about this and, bring it to light or whatever. So anyhow, so the smoke, okay, they believed the smoke from the candles carried their prayers and wishes up to the heavens where Artemis lived. And again, Artemis is the Greek goddess of the moon, okay, the moon goddess, okay. So they believed the smoke from the candles carried their prayers and wishes up to the heavens where Artemis lived. Okay, this is literally where our tradition of making a wish and blowing out candles comes from. Okay, and now this is a bit of a mythology cheat sheet that I came up with. Okay, so Apollo, his domain, okay, is the sun, light, and music. That he's the god. I'm sorry, not the goddess, but the god of sun, light, and music. Okay. And he is the twin brother of Artemis, okay? He's the sun god, and she's the moon goddess, okay? Now, the symbolism in space, okay? This was with Apollo, the golden age of the first landings, okay? And again, 1969, okay? And with Artemis is the goddess of the moon, wilderness, and the hunt. Okay, and she's the twin sister to Apollo. Okay, and she is symbolism in space, the silver age of exploration and sustainability. Okay, and when you think about the sun, again, Apollo and the sun, and that even makes me think about yesterday, because yesterday we had Easter. And, if you are maybe religious, really into that, and which I do believe in God, okay? But I'm into witchy things as well. And, I'm not going to go into all that, but because it'll stretch things out too long. But it kind of makes me think about yesterday, because there was Easter and, the idea of there was sunrise service for, some people may have went for sunrise service. And yesterday, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't get up, real early in the morning, and later on when I got up, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I wish that I had have gotten up early and, watched the sunrise and lit a candle and just had that kind of space. And I didn't want to really go out and be around a bunch of people, but just to have like a quiet moment and think about that, I did want to. It didn't work out that way, but when I'm thinking about all this, it just makes me think about the sun, because some people say, okay, the Father, the Son, the Blessed Holy Spirit, and then there are You could look at it as you think about the sunrise, like just the sun, like itself. But anyhow, but guys, when it comes to the energy of the sun is a golden, like it aligns with gold. Okay. And there are elixirs and all that kind of stuff. And I've said that before, if you get into alchemy and all that, but the sun and gold, that's like the male aspect, side of it. And that's the sun. But then if you know about alchemy and all that, there's the moon, and that's the feminine aspects. And feminine is, the moon is aligned with silver. Okay. I'll have to explain that some other, if you haven't gotten into that kind of thing or whatever. But guys, I got a million videos to make. I've got a channel, so I'm always making new videos. So I hope that you'll join me, like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things, and just going to keep talking here. So let me keep working down through here. I want to say what's up to everybody. I see a Hayden. So here I go again, not trying to pronounce names. I see Anthony. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. So glad to be joining you guys. I see a Lee. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. You could be doing so many other different things, but you're hanging out with me, and I want to thank you so much. So let's see here. Okay. Looking through my notes, trying not to jump around over anything. So I've kind of bridged the gap between 1969 and, now in 1969 is we had Apollo and all that. And the program back then was Apollo. And then now we're with Artemis. And I wish I could have got some more information as to what's going on right now with the mission right now. But again, I haven't been on in a couple of nights, and I'm trying to build like more of a connection with, all my viewers and whatnot. So, just decided to do a live, and, here in a second, you're going to know what the sunset song, what the song was that I chose for this, live tonight. And, again, I said that I love the song and everything. And, there's something that I was going to say about it, but it's totally slipped my mind what I was going to say. But anyhow, okay. So I've made a little bit of a bridge here. The contrast between the solar energy of Apollo and the lunar depth of Artemis. Okay. And this is just like a balance here. Okay. And guys, the sunset song that I chose for this particular episode, I didn't get a chance to listen to the song, and just listen. I'm not going to lie. I listened to just a little bit of it, and then I'm like, okay, as much as I love the song and I want to listen to it more, I'm just like, I got to hurry up and jump into this, because I know people got to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I don't live alone and whatnot. So I didn't get to really immerse myself into the feeling of the song, but I love the song. This song gives me a feeling of like, it makes me feel like, I don't know, I think about just summer, like love, and it's just a light, airy kind of song. And guys, if you know when I tell you the song, if you know, just let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the group, whatever. And if you don't know the song, then, maybe it'll be a new song that you can add to your playlist or whatever. But the song I'm going to tell you here now, the song it's a song called Runaway by a group, Jefferson Starship. And the reason why I picked this song, obviously because, there's the name Jefferson Starship, that's the group. And the song is called Runaway. It was made in 1978, and the album that this song was featured on, the album was called Earth. Okay. So when I'm trying to come up with a song, and this song started playing in my mind, and I'm like, it's perfect. And even when I was just thinking of the name, okay, Jefferson Starship. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, here the synchronicities just start piling up, like the idea that the album, the name of the album that the song was featured on, it's called Earth. So okay. So anyhow, so I'm gonna take it from there. So okay, let me look down through my notes here. Okay, so runaway, it kind of speaks to me in like a sense of movement and searching. And to me, it just fits this energy of, um, I don't know, of just movement and runaway. Okay. So I'm hoping that I got the lyrics here, because I've come up with this thing now that I like to come up, have the lyrics out so I can not sing the lyrics, because you wouldn't want me to do that. You don't want to hear me sing, but I would like to read the lyrics out so you guys just can get into the feel of the song and whatnot. But so here we go. Just gonna dive deeper into this whole Artemis and Apollo idea here. So the goddess Artemis, okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her. The goddess Artemis, the untamed moon. Artemis isn't just a passive moon goddess. She is a fierce, independent, and deeply protective. Like, she's deeply protective, okay? Her personality. She is known as the Lady of the Wild Things. She is independent, refusing to be tied down or controlled. She is a goddess of action, always moving, always hunting, and always protecting those who are vulnerable. Okay? I see a James Garner has joined me. I see a Bling Bling Boy has joined me. Guys, thank you so much. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I hope that you are going to enjoy the message that I'm delivering tonight. Okay? So, so she's always protecting those who are vulnerable. Okay, the moon connection. While others represent the moon as a glowing light, Artemis represents the moon as a guide. She sees through the darkness and helps others find their way through the wilderness of life. Okay? How to work with her. Focus on boundaries. Since she is a protector, working with her is about setting clear personal boundaries and finding your own inner strength. Okay? The outdoors. She is most present in nature. Simply spending time under the moon or near trees, especially her sacred cypress, is a way to align with her. Offerings. Historically, people offered her round cakes, the origin of your birthday cake, the origin, of the birthday cake, okay? Honey, and symbols of the hunt like arrows or images of deer, stags. And guys, I want to share this synchronicity, okay? I want to share this synchronicity. The other day, I can't think exactly how many days ago it was. I was wanting to get home so I could deliver this message. Like, there's been like this new place that I've had to start going within my travels, right? And I see a Trevor has joined me. I see a Jimmy Corn has joined me. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to see after the live to see how many people are going to join me for this one. I thought this was going to be a pretty catchy, popular subject right now, and I wanted to catch it, while this is going on. And I was wondering if it was going to happen because I was having these technical glitches or whatever, but I'm here now, so I'm happy about all this. But anyhow, guys, I had this crazy synchronicity the other day. There's been this place that I'm going to say I have been having to go to like this new place in my travels, like a couple of days a week, right? And it's been going on for now. If I'm not mistaken, I think that I really started having to do this like new thing ever since maybe, I think it may have been like when we had it was the year the Fire Horse began, like the official start of the Fire Horse, had began. I think it was like February, 17th or something like that. I can't even remember, every little detail about it, but I'm just remembering something that I was working on at that time. And I remember at that point, that very morning or whatever, was like the February 16th or 17th. I had to start doing this new thing that's, come up, where it's something that I'm having to do every week or whatever, a couple of times a week. It's like a new path. And I've been doing this or whatever for, about a month or, a little bit over now, obviously. But the whole time that I've been doing this, I've been taking this path or whatever and having to do this new thing. I've been going to this place, and when I go there, you know, it's funny. The other day, how this happened. Like, one thing that aligns with the energy of Artemis is deer, and I see deer, but when I have been having to go to this new place on that journey, I haven't seen deer. Like, I haven't seen deer. And the other day, right after I had gotten all my information, and I was going to deliver this video to you guys, and it didn't work out that particular day that I wanted to do it, but then I found the stuff, again, and now I'm delivering it to you guys tonight. I had went to this new place, and again, I've been going there for a little bit over a month. And this particular day, I, went to this place, and I get up in the driveway and whatnot, and no lie, there was like 15 deer that was just right in my path, like 15 different deer. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I see deer and everything like that, but not that many deer at one time, like in one spot all at one time. And I'm like, man, they're so beautiful. They can really mess a car up and all that, but I didn't have that problem or whatever. But I'm like, a little bit after it happened, it came to me, and I'm like, wait a minute. Now, here I am going to be delivering this video or whatever, and I'm talking about Artemis, and one of the ways if you're into it and you believe in this kind of stuff, you have to believe. I looked at it as a sign that, it may not come together for me to deliver the message tonight, but I've got to, when I finally get the video up and I deliver the live or whatever, I've got to make a little bit of a note to let my viewers know that I had all these deer like appear like in my path or whatever. And I'm like, wow, that's something. This is like a sign from the universe that I'm on the right track, and I need to make this video because, again, I see deer, but not like that. Like, it was like 15 of them, every bit 15 of them. And I'm like, wow, I'm just looking at them. And then for a little bit, I'm, going, and it came to me. I'm like, wait a minute. That's said to be a sign from Artemis. So, I mean, just wanted to share it with you guys. It's all about what you believe in, So, anyhow, I'm going to jump back into this. Okay, so Apollo, the radiant brother. Because, again, Apollo is said to be the brother, and then the twin sister is Artemis. And obviously, in this year of 2026, there is the mission of Artemis too, okay? And again, Artemis is the Greek goddess of the moon, okay? So Apollo, the radiant brother. Apollo is the perfect mirror to Artemis. He represents the golden energy to her silver, okay? The sun and light. He is often called, now let me spell this, guys. I'm not even going to lie, but I'm going to spell this. The sun and light. He's often called, and I'm going to spell it, Phoebus. What would that be, like Phoebus? Phoebus Apollo? Don't give me the line, but anyhow, I've spelled it out. Okay, which means bright or pure. He isn't just the physical sun. He is the light of truth and prophecy. He makes things clear that were once hidden. Okay. Music in the lyre. Now I'm going to spell that too. This is all information that I looked up, and I don't know how to pronounce everything, but I'm going to share it with you. Okay. Music in the, again, lyre, I think it is. I'll spell it Lyre. Okay. He is the god of music, often carrying a golden lyre. Guys, I spelled it. Okay. I'm sorry. Again, this is all about my personal journey with the law of attraction. So I'm just sharing what I'm finding on this journey. Okay. He is the god of music, often carrying a golden Lyre. Sorry. Okay. He reminds us that life needs harmony and rhythm. The twin bond. Apollo and Artemis are fiercely loyal to each other. Together, they represent the full cycle of a day. Sun and moon, in the full cycle of life, birth, and it says here birth and education, okay? All right, that's just what I found, okay? Okay, so the Runaway Connection, Jefferson Starship. And again, my channel is called Sunset Songs. I'll quickly say again, I try for the most part before I go live or before I make a video. And definitely when I first started going live, I started going live more so last year in 2025 during what is called the Lionsgate's portal. Not going to go all into it, but that's when I started going live for the first time. And the first time I went live, I chose Madonna because the first time I went live, it was during what is called something called the Lionsgate's portal that takes place every year in August. And at that point, it's Leo season. And I picked Madonna and a song by Madonna because Madonna is a Leo, okay? And Leo is all about, that bold energy. It's aligned with the sun and all that. And obviously Madonna is definitely a Leo, okay? And but from that point on, ever since I started going live, like, you hear my voice and it's not like a recording, like it's live. I, for the most part, have had a sunset song ever since. And the sunset song, the song that I have picked to be tailored around what I'm talking about tonight, is a song called Runaway by a group, a Jefferson Starship. And again, guys, is there anybody here in the chat that knows this song? There's not everybody's going to like every song that I pick, but I try to pick all different types of music, to make, everybody kind of feel like, you fit in. It could be this type of song one night, and then it could be all the way on the opposite end another night. So it's the kind of, everybody, I like all different types of music. And sometimes I feel like it kind of makes me different because I like so many different types of music. Like, I guess there would be those that would say, well, why would you want to listen? This might sound kind of stupid, but I'm an African American female, and I just like all different types of music. So it's just me. I like all different types of music. And I don't know. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I like R&B. I like a little bit of everything. So anyhow, Runaway by Jefferson Starship. And obviously I picked this song. It's a Jefferson Starship. And the album that this song was featured on, the album was called Earth. Okay. So again, the album is Earth. The album Earth is the perfect backdrop for this because it was a transitional time for the band, moving from the psychedelic 60s into a more grounded, soulful sound. Okay, the vibe. Runaway has a bit of a fiery guitar riff underneath very sensitive lyrics. Okay, now, and guys, I just want to share that I kind of feel like, we can all, kind of feel like we can be, we run away and that kind of thing. And we're searching for our dreams and trying to find our way and trying to find our path. And, we're just kind of, I feel like we're all kind of like searching for our place between the sun and which is our outward life, career and all that. And then there's the moon, our inner self, our spiritual world. Like we're always trying to find this balance. And this also makes me think about the idea of balance, the sun and the moon, and just the fact that we also just came out of the energy of the full moon in Libra. And that's all about balance. Okay. So, so we celebrated Apollo in 1969 with a giant leap for mankind. Now we're returning to the moon with Artemis, his twin sister, and she's bringing the light of the night back into focus. Okay, guys, are you ready? Are you ready to run and start hunting for your true purpose? That's just what I'm asking you guys. Are you guys ready to run and find your true purpose in life? Okay, I feel like when you get into spirituality and all that, and maybe a little bit of witchy things, or I don't know, you really wouldn't have to, I might say a little bit witchy things. And when I say witchy and witchcraft, I'm kind of saying like to make you feel more comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable with thinking about spells and things like that, the way I look at it and the way I've often heard, like, whether you know it or not, you're always kind of performing spells, because when you think about the English language, it's spelling. So whether you know it or not, in a way, you're always spelling things out to the universe. When you're saying things, when you speak, it's a spell. So, are you saying positive things? Are you saying negative things? Even when it comes to listening, language isn't about always, what you're saying, but sometimes, what are you listening to as well? Like, are you listening to positive stuff? Or are you listening to people in the negativity? And if it is negative, are you trying to transmute it? That's my idea. So, working from that point on, and just want you to think about it. Looking down through my notes. But again, I'm going to say witchcraft as in to make you feel more comfortable. I got to admit that yes, I do work with the elements of nature. I work with the moon phases. I love herbs. I love the sun. I love the moon. I know about the energies of the planets, all these different things. But, if I can make you feel a little bit more comfortable, then again, I'll just say, which way do you want to look at it, as in witchcraft, as in which way do you want to go? Do you choose to walk a positive path where when you wake up in the morning, you're thinking, okay, what good could happen to me today? What wonderful things are going to happen to me today because I woke up and not everybody did? Or are you waking up and you're like, we all have our days when we get up and it's just like, oh man, okay, I got to go to this job or whatever. I just don't feel like dealing with things or whatever. But at the same time, when you wake up, do you also kind of think, well, I'm going to try to make the best of it, even if I got to go to a job that I'm not, really feeling. This could be the day that you might get a raise, or I don't know, something could change. Or do you wake up and you know that, okay, well, you're doing this today, but you always have the option, if you're in a job or something that you don't like, you can always try to look and find something else. You know what I mean? So the idea is, if you're awake and aware, you're among the living, you can always change things up. So I'll leave it at that. But basically, my idea is, which way do you want to go? Do you choose to think positive and, think about that? Or do you wake up and you're like, oh man, another day? There's some people that didn't live to see the day. So that's where I'll leave it. So just think about that when it comes to witchcraft. Which way do you want to go? Okay. So, guys, is there anybody, I'm going to ask again, does anybody know this song, or what do you think of the song? Do you like the group? Do you think the song is cheesy? Or I love this song, personally. I love this song. Okay, so again, I'm going to keep reading from my notes here. Don't want to lose my train of thought of where I was at. Okay. So, again, guys, no lie. I thought this was just like meant to be. When I asked like my thoughts, I'm like, okay, higher self, whatever, give me a song. And then, I'm thinking of, Artemis, and then the song Runaway comes up in my mind, and I look up the information and hear the album's called Earth. And guys, I couldn't make it up. I'm not making it up, but I'm going to keep reading from my notes here. So I feel like it was meant to be, right? So the lyrics to Runaway by Jefferson Starship, to me, fit the Apollo Artemis story like a missing puzzle piece, right? First off, okay, it is from their 1978 album Earth. It has that classic soulful, okay, Marty Balin, okay, the vocal, the feel of it and everything. It's vulnerable and powerful, okay. The lyrics, connecting the sun and moon, okay. There is a specific line in the song that connects directly, to when my channel and everything. My channel's called Sunset Songs, okay, and there is a lyric, okay, you don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. Now that's a lyric from the song, okay. So again, I'm going to read that. My channel is called Sunset Songs. We are, back in 1969, this whole, project landing on the moon and all that. And I'm feeling some type of way because I had other notes and the notes got lost because I'm like not the perfect person when it comes to technology. It's so frustrating to me. Like I'll say it like this, like I'm a sister, and I have a brother, and like he's really good with technology. And so I have to turn to him when it comes to technology because like I'm so dumb when it comes to technology, but I'm working on it, guys, because I'm trying to show up for my channel and show up for you guys. But um I got to say that living in this era, in this time where it is, it to me it's a very exciting time to be alive. Like um you know, all the technology and the things that we have now, it's an amazing time to be alive. But you know, you're not like technically like sound, it can be confusing. But then when you start putting the pieces together, it's like I can't wait till I really really understand, because it does make things so much convenient, makes it things so much more convenient. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading from my information here. I don't want to get off track because I got a pretty good amount of information to cover here, and there's so much information that I lost. I'll have to bring it back some other time. I'm trying to get it all, like pull all this stuff together. But again, there is a lyric in this song, Runaway by Jefferson Starship. My channel is called Sunset Songs. I'm talking about the energy of Apollo, the whole mission that began in way back in 1969. Um, and Apollo is the god of the sun. So here's a lyric from the song. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. Okay? Now, then that's a lyric again. Okay, so the Apollo connection. All right? The singer says he loves, he loves like the sun, bold, bright, and undeniable. This is the 1969 energy. It was the golden age where everything was out in the open, shining bright for the world to see. Okay? The Artemis connection, the runaway. Okay? I just want you to think about this. The Artemis connection, the runaway. The chorus repeats, run, 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 run away. Artemis is the goddess of the wild who is always on the move. She is the runaway of the gods. She doesn't stay in the cities. She roams the forests under the moon. Okay? The NASA connection. The song says, if you knew how much I need you like the air. Space exploration is exactly that. A search for how we can survive, need for air, in the wilderness of the stars. Okay? Tying the Earth album into everything. Okay, guys? This song made so much sense to me when, tell my mind, my higher self, my spirit, whatever you want to call it. Some people would say that's crazy, but it's all about what you believe in, what you work with. I could just say it was my own mind and the fact that I love this song. I really do. There'd be some people that say, well, why do you like that song? Well, I can't help it. I like the song. I like all different types of music, right? Maybe that's why I don't fit in with just everybody, because I don't know. I like all kinds of different things. So there would be some people I might say, well, I like that song. And they might laugh and say, what? Sorry, I like the song. And, I like a little bit of everything. So I'm going to work from here. Don't want to lose my train of thought and my, my spot where I'm at or whatever, but just want to share these thoughts with you guys. So I'm going to tie that Earth album in with all this. Okay. So the album again is titled Earth. Okay. So start on Earth. Okay. The 1978 album, okay, is The Ground. Okay. Number 2. So number 1, I'm going to say it again. Number 1, the start on Earth. The 1978 album is The Ground. Okay. Number 2, Go to the Sun. The Apollo mission, the lyric, Love You Like the Sun. Okay. Number 3, Return to the Moon. The Artemis mission, the Runaway Goddess. Okay. Okay. A script. I scripted all this out for you guys and going to deliver it to you in the best way I know how anyway. Okay. In 1978, Jefferson Starship released the album Earth, and on it was a song called Runaway. The lyrics tell us, I love you like the sun. That was the energy of the Apollo missions, solar, bright, and loud. But now we're looking at the twin sister, which is Artemis. She's the runaway goddess, the one who leads us into the dark of the moon to find something deeper. Like the song says, we're running because we need that discovery like we need the air. Okay? I see a rough dog 22. I see a Jesus or Jesus. I don't want to start saying pronouncing names wrong. I just want to say what's up to everybody, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you are enjoying this message as much as I am enjoying delivering the message to you. I hope you will choose to give me a heart, like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things here on TikTok. I'm obviously under Shadow Girl Sherry Shadow Closet. If you I hope you'll choose to join me over on YouTube. I can't wait till I get to the point where when I'm going live on TikTok, I'm also going live on YouTube as well. I've got both joined up together, and because I really need to wake my YouTube channel up. But again, guys, I'm a techno dummy, or just not the best with tech, but I'm working on it. I'm not going to let these things like hang up everything for me and not come to try my best to deliver my message. But on YouTube, you're going to find me under Sunset Songs. That's my main channel altogether. It's called Sunset Songs. I'll say the logo or whatever. Looks like it could either be a sun or a moon, because it's the shape of, it's a circular shape, and inside of it, there's the word Sunset Songs, and the colors are pink and orange. Those are two colors that I would definitely say would be a part of what I would say a really beautiful sunset, okay, because my channel's called Sunset Songs. I'm going to try to start incorporating what the logo and all that looks like here on my videos here on TikTok as well, so you'll easily find me. But whatever, I'm working my way to it, so you'll be able to see it no matter what, and it'll make it easier for you to find it. So I'm going to continue talking here. I see electric Pro, okay, has joined me. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm going to jump back into my notes and working from there. Okay, so again, return to the moon, the Artemis mission, the runaway goddess. Okay, again, in 1978, Jefferson Starship released the album Earth, and on it was a song called Runaway. The lyrics tell us, "I love you like the sun." That was the energy of the Apollo missions, solar, bright, and loud. But now we're looking at the twin sister, Artemis. She's the runaway goddess, the one who leads us into the dark of the moon to find something deeper. Like the song says, we're running because we need that discovery like we need the air. Okay? The birthday cake tie-in. Okay? Now, while the sun Apollo gives us life, the moon Artemis gave us our traditions, like the round birthday cake we eat here on Earth. It's the glowing light in the darkness that we wish upon. Okay? All right. Got the sun runaway vibe going on here. All right. Gonna keep building here. Building this cake up, if you will. Okay. Now I'm going to go a little bit of a deeper dive into the origin of the birthday cake and the full story behind Runaway by Jefferson Starship. Guys, does anybody know this song? I see Jose Anestro, okay? I see a Opaline Touch. I see a Dan M. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys could be doing so many different things right now, but you're joining me, and I want to thank you so much. Again, let me keep reading from my notes. Let me keep going here. I see a Brandon. I don't want to start mispronouncing people, your names and everything, so I'm just going to keep reading and just say thank you so much for joining me tonight when guys could be doing so many other different things. Thank you so much, for real. I see a Shar. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, the secrets, I'm going to a deeper dive into the origin of the birthday cake, the full story behind Runaway by Jefferson Starship. Okay. The secrets of the Artemis moon cake. Okay. The birthday cake is essentially a lunar ritual we've been practicing for thousands of years. The glowing moon. Ancient Greeks didn't just bake round cakes, they specifically made them out of honey and flour and placed lit candles on top to mimic the radiance of the full moon. They would bring these to the temple of Artemis, okay? The smoke and the wish. The Greeks believed that the smoke from the candles acted as a bridge. It would carry their prayers, their wishes up to the heavens so Artemis could hear them, okay? And okay, ancient an ancient superstition. In those times, birthdays were considered dangerous because evil spirits were thought to be more active. People gathered to cheer the person on and light the candles, and the light of the candles was meant to ward off the darkness. Now I'm going to read that again. Ancient superstition. In those times, birthdays were considered dangerous because evil spirits were thought to be more active. People gathered to cheer the person on, and the light of the candles was meant to ward off the darkness. Okay? Why every year? Okay? While the Greeks celebrated Artemis's birthday every lunar month, the tradition shifted over centuries, especially through German Kinderfest, into the yearly celebration we have now, but the shape and the light still belong to Artemis. Okay, I see a Luke B. I see a Richard Markel, a Kyalia. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Styx Maril, a Christian Alea. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Having so much fun enjoying this or delivering this message. I hope you will choose to like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things. Leave me a heart. I can't wait till I get on my channel Sunset Songs at some point and I start seeing like candles, like candle lights, because I love candles. Every time before I go live, and I see I gotta, before I go live, I'm going to quickly share this and I'm going to jump back into my notes. I have what is basically like a traveling altar. I try to work with it every day. What it is basically, it's like a soup kind of tureen, kind of pot, whatever, and it has a lid and all that. It has a ladle, it has handles. And what I have in it, I have a candle in it. I put incense, burn incense in it. I have a candle. I try to work with it every day. And I think about, myself. I think about you guys. I think about the community. And to me, it kind of looks like, a soup pot. And it's kind of like if we say we were all to get together and hang out for like a full moon, or it wouldn't even have to be for a full moon, but I don't know. We could say we all knew each other and we could really hang out in real life. Say we had this big, huge table we were sitting at, then we could have like this, imagine it could be like a kind of like a warm pot of soup, but instead of it being a pot of soup, it's a candle. But say we all got together and we I don't know, had soup, or say it was fondue or something. But basically, I just work with the candle every day. I try to work with it every day and think about you guys, think about our community, and what we are all trying to manifest, what you're trying to manifest, what I'm trying to manifest. We're trying to manifest our best lives here, because why? We deserve it, because we're living. Why not? Why not? Why not? So anyhow, had to take a quick drink there, and I'm going to keep reading from my notes. So again, why every year? Okay. While the Greeks celebrated Artemis's birthday every lunar month, the tradition shifted over centuries, especially through German Kinderfest, into the yearly celebration we have now, but the shape and the light still belong to Artemis. Okay? All right? The song, Runaway by Jefferson Starship. The song was made in 1978. Okay? The song was written by Nicholas Q. Dewey. It was a massive hit on the album Earth, reaching number 12 on the Billboard charts. Okay? The inspiration. The song captures the the transitional energy of the late 70s. Jefferson Starship was moving away from the loud solar rock of the 60s, Jefferson Airplane, into a smoother, more lunar emotional sound. Okay. The inspiration is the fear and excitement of deep connection, the feeling that someone is so important to you that you want to run away from the rest of the world just to be with them. Okay? I'm going to share some of the lyrics with you guys now. Okay. And here's some of the lyrics again from the song Runaway. And again, I'm going to say it. The inspiration is the fear. And look, now I've got to take my little puzzle piece over, and then because I talked for over an hour here. All right. And it has went over, and I'm going to continue the live. Okay, guys. Again, the inspiration for this song is the fear and excitement of the inspiration is the fear and excitement of deep connection, the feeling that someone is so important to you that you want to run away from the rest of the world just to be with them. Okay? Anybody they feel like running away with, guys? Anybody got somebody you feel like running away with? You just have that feeling? So anyway, I feel like a spring or a summer breeze just kind of gives you that feeling. Like there's that feeling is in the air. So anyhow, I'm going to keep reading here. Okay, so I'm going to give you some of the lyrics here to the song Runaway by Jefferson Starship. Okay. All right. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. I'd like to put my arms around you and we could run away. If you knew how much I need you like the air. And if you'd let me stay beside you, then I could go. Now, I think that, wait a minute. That sounds like my technology might have glitched there. I'm sorry if I've gotten that part wrong, but the first one was right. So I'll read it again. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. I'd like to put my arms around you and we could run away. If you knew how much I need you like the air. And if you'd let me stay beside you, then I could go I don't remember that part. It could be in there. I'm not sure. But anyhow, I'm just watching all the flowers. I'm just watching all the stars. And I'm hoping that you're watching. No, I think that's wrong. I could be wrong, but I think that lyric is wrong. Technical glitches here. Something went wrong there. But anyway, guys, the first part was right. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. I'd like to put my arms around you and we could run away. It's a beautiful song, guys, in my opinion. So anyhow, tying all this together, okay? All right, now, the sun, Apollo, 1969, all right? The lyric, I love you like the sun. And guys, that makes me think about 1969, okay? Because I have often said in a lot of my videos that a lot of times, for whatever reason, when I go live, it often seems like a lot of times my phone is at 69%. And obviously, 69 is a number or whatever, but it's the energy of up and down. Okay. And I see the number a lot anyway, but I just see that number a lot. I see a Scarlet Goku has joined me. I see a JD Hernandez SV. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm going to keep going down through my notes, but when I think about that number 69, it makes me think about, okay, if you have a number 6, that's going up, but the number in the same way, if you took that number and turned it upside down, a 6 is a 9 and a 9 is a 6. You get what I'm saying? Like upside down, it's a 6 and a 9 and a 9 is a 6. And I think about that energy of the sun and the moon. The sun is up and, then the sun comes up, rises up, and then, hours later, then, the sun turns into, there's that energy of the sun. Oftentimes, guys, when I think about my channel Sunset Songs and I think about a sunset, I just think about the idea if if you thought about it, it's like the sun and the moon, they come together and they kiss each other, like they kiss goodnight. That's just the way I look at it when I think about a sunset. So take it and run with it. And, the song that I'm talking about is called Runaway. So, take it and run with it. But a 6 is a 9 and a 9 is a 6, upside down. So anyhow, but just a sunset, and my channel is called Sunset Song. So, and the Sunset Song again is a song again by Jefferson Starship, and the song is called Runaway, and it was featured on the album Earth. Okay. So anyhow, The Sun, Apollo 1969. The lyric, "I love you like the sun," represents the bold public energy of the first moon landing. It was bright, hot, and everyone saw it. Number 2, The Moon, Artemis 2026. The chorus, "Run, run, run, run away," represents the Artemis energy. She is the goddess of the runaways, the dreamers who look at the stars and want to go where no one has gone before. Okay? The Earth. Okay, I see a Tracy has joined me. I see a blush hair Sallow has joined me. I see a Melissa, and I was getting ready to say Melixer because I was, I'm thinking about those elixirs that I was talking about earlier that you can actually get that, it's like gold, that you can actually put under your tongue, and it's, I think it's called Ormus, but it's gold. You can put it under your tongue. But when I saw the name Melissa, I thought of elixir. I don't know. Anyhow, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the message that I'm trying to deliver as much as I enjoyed coming up with it, and I'm enjoying delivering it to you all. So I'm going to keep reading from my notes. Okay, so again, the moon, Artemis here in 2026. The chorus, "Run, run, run, run away," represents the Artemis energy. She is the goddess of the runaways, the dreamers who look at the stars and want to go where no one has gone before. The Earth, number 3, the Earth, the album, The Cake. We are standing on Earth, the album title, celebrating our lives with the Artemis moon cake and candles while we prepare to run away back to the stars in 2026. And again, guys, when I say that, I'm talking about birthday cakes because that's where the idea originated from. It was with Artemis because she's the goddess of the moon. But if you think about a birthday cake, it's got originally, a circle, okay? And it looks like a circular, like the moon, like originally. And when you put the candles on it, it makes it like a full moon. So I just felt called to share this. As soon as I started hearing about the mission or whatever, I'm like, I want to break that down, why they called it Artemis, and then the idea of Apollo back in 1969, and I just wanted to bring it all together full circle. So anyhow, guys, I hope you are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying delivering the message. Okay, so again, that's how we got that idea of a round cake for your birthday, and then the candle stands for a full moon. It illuminates it. It makes it glow like a full moon, like the light of a full moon. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So just think about blowing out candles and kind of, think about Artemis, and NASA's mission is like a wish humanity is sending back to the moon after all these years. Okay, and it's just an idea here. Okay. All right. So, I think that now my notes are a little bit old now, because today is what is like April oh man, so was it the 5th or the 6th? I should know this because it's been that way all day, but you get what I'm saying. Now, but at this point, when I first wanted to deliver this, I came up with everything. It was April the 2nd. And I think that is when the whole thing with Artemis 2 started, okay? April the 2nd, 2026. All right, so we're in the middle of history right now, okay? So the Artemis 2 mission is happening now. Okay, so as of, that point, April the 2nd, okay, as of that point, NASA had officially launched the Artemis 2 mission. The launch. 4 astronauts, including the first woman and first person of color, go to the moon. Okay, currently in space. The goal. Unlike Apollo, which was a sprint to land and leave, Artemis is a marathon. Okay, and this is just the information I gathered, okay? Okay, they are testing the Orion spacecraft to see if humans can survive long-term in deep space. Now, this is the information I came up with, guys, okay? When I researched it, okay? The difference. Apollo stayed close to the moon's surface, about 70 miles up. Artemis 2 is going much further, about, 2,000, guys, a long way from the Earth, okay? Miles from the Earth, okay? So, much, much further, okay? To set a new record for the furthest humans have ever traveled. They aren't landing yet. That's Artemis 3, but they are circling the moon to pave the way. Number 2, Runaway by Jefferson Starship, the real lyrics, okay? Now, I'm hoping that these are the right lyrics, okay? And this just really gives me this summery kind of spring and summer kind of vibe. Like when you listen to the song, I just think about, I don't know, flowers blooming. I think about birds singing and I don't know, like hair blowing in the wind and having like a top down and that's just what I think about when I think about this song. I really think it's a beautiful song. Really, that's my opinion. Has anybody heard this song? If you haven't, I hope that you'll go and take a listen to it. Being that this video has gone over an hour long, I'll only be able to add like clips of the video up here on TikTok. But if you join me over on YouTube, you'll get this whole live in its entirety. But I hope that you'll let me know what you think about the song. If you've heard the song, you could leave it here in the chat. I hope that you will. And just let me know, what you think about the song, whatever. So I'm going to continue here. So, but that's just the feeling that the song gives me. It's just like a light, airy kind of song to me. It's beautiful, okay? So, key lyrics, okay? You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. Summer's coming and it's getting warmer. Tell me spring is just around the corner. I'm sitting watching all the flowers. Birds are singing, getting louder and louder. If you knew how much I need you like the air. The inspiration. The song was written by N.Q. Dewey, Marley Balin. I hope I said that right. The singer once mentioned that the inspiration was a mix of a personal relationship and a spiritual connection. It captures that feeling of wanting to run away from the noise of the world to just be in nature and with the people you love, which is exactly what space exploration is, running away from Earth to find something new. Okay? And again, the song Runaway was featured on their album Earth. Okay? Okay. So, bridging the birthday cake in Artemis, okay? Here's the golden nugget, okay? The Artemis ritual, okay? I'm gathering all this together, guys. So while the astronauts are up there in the wilderness of space, we are down here on Earth. The album title. I'll say it again. While the astronauts are way up there in the wilderness of space, we are down here on Earth. The album title. Celebrating with the very ritual Artemis started. Okay? The flowers and birds. The lyrics about watching all the flowers and birds singing represent the life we have here on Earth. The sun versus air. We love the moon missions like the sun, bold and bright, but we need the discovery like the air. Okay? Right now, in April 2026, the Artemis 2 crew is breaking records in the deep dark of space. They are the runaways Jefferson Starship sang about in 1978. While they are out there, we are down here, still lighting candles on round cakes, a tradition for the goddess Artemis that is thousands of years old. We're sending our wishes up with the smoke, hoping they find their way back to Earth just as spring is around the corner. Okay? All right. Now, guys, I'm still looking for my information here. Looking down through the information that I have here. Okay, so at that point, it was April the 2nd of 2026, a couple of days ago. All right. We were literally, guys, on April the 2nd of 2026, a couple of days ago, we were literally in the glow of the pink full moon. Okay. It peaked just last night. Now, see, these are notes that I was supposed to have when I was taking the notes down. Okay, so that pink full moon, it peaked on the night of April the 1st. Okay, now the pink moon and the wildflower connection. All right, the pink moon isn't actually pink in color. It gets its name from a specific flower. And again, in the song, they mention flowers. Okay, so again, all right. The pink moon isn't actually pink in color. It gets its name from a specific flower. The flower, it is named after wild ground phlox. I'm going to spell it. Phlox, also called moss pink. The meaning, it's one of the very first wildflowers to bloom in the spring. In the language of the stars and nature, the pink moon represents rebirth, growth, in the bursting forth of new energy after the long winter. The Jefferson Starship, the Jefferson Starship link. Okay, so this is the idea that I'm linking together, the idea of the runaway. Summer's coming and it's getting warmer. Tell me spring is just around the corner. I'm sitting watching all the flowers. So we guys are getting the connection here. Because spring, obviously, it's here now. So, and he's talking about this. These were the lyrics. Summer's coming and it's getting warmer. Tell me spring is just around the corner. I'm sitting watching all the flowers. Okay, so tying the flower into the whole idea of Artemis and all this. Okay, so I would just want you to think about the astronauts, the goddess, and the flowers. Okay. Number 1. The Artemis mission. While NASA's Artemis 2 crew is running away into deep space right now, they are looking back at an Earth that is currently blooming with these pink phlox. I'll spell it. Phlox flowers. The Artemis goddess. As the goddess of the wild things, Artemis is the one who tends to these wild flowers. She represents the untamed nature that the pink moon celebrates. The birthday cake. When we light those candles on our round cakes, we aren't just honoring the moon's shape. We are honoring the life that returns to Earth every spring. The candles are like little flowers of light on the cake. So last night, the sky gave us the full, which I'm talking, this was written that I was going to deliver this earlier, but it didn't work out that way, guys, because I had some technical glitches and my information got lost, but I'm delivering it to you now. So just play the game with me. You get what I'm saying. So last night, the sky gave us the full pink moon, named not for its color, but for the wild, I'll spell it, Phlox flowers that push through the soil this time of year. It reminds me of those Jefferson Starship lyrics from the album Earth. I'm sitting watching all the flowers. Tell me spring is just around the corner. As we watch the Artemis 2 mission head into the stars, we're reminded that even as we run away to the moon, our roots are here in the blooming Earth. We eat our round cakes and blow out our candles, sending a wish to the goddess of the wild to keep our explorers safe while the flowers bloom at home. Okay. Jefferson Starship has a story that is just as cosmic as the Artemis missions I've been talking about. They didn't just form as a regular band, they literally evolved out of the 1960s counterculture. How they formed: from airplane to starship. In the early 70s, the famous group Jefferson Airplane was starting to break apart. Two of the main members, Paul Kantner, I'll spell it Paul and then Kantner, Kantner, and Grace Slick, started recording more experimental music. The space concept. In 1970, Paul Kantner released an album called Blows Against the Empire. It was a science fiction rock album about a group of people hijacking a starship to leave Earth and start a new society. He created the band on that album as Paul Kantner and Jefferson Starship. Now, guys, I always say that I look up this information, but if you want to look things up to back it up, I'm always, feel free to do that, okay? But this is the information I found, okay? The official launch. By 1974, they decided to make it an official band. They brought in several members of the old Airplane crew, plus a young guitar wizard named Craig Cachico. I'll spell it Chaquuico, who played that great guitar work on Runaway. The Earth era. By the time they released the album Earth in 1978, they were one of the biggest bands in the world. This was the era of Runaway and Count on Me. Who is still with us, okay? So some of the members have passed on, okay? So the information that I looked up, it has been a tough few years for the original crew of that starship, I'll say. Paul Kantner, okay, the founder and the captain of the ship, passed away in January of 2016 at the age of 74. Marty Balin, I hope I'm pronouncing their names right, the soulful voice you hear singing Runaway, passed away in September 2018 at the age of 76. All right, now, is it Signe? I'll spell the name Signe. Tolley Anderson, the original female singer of Jefferson Airplane, also passed away on the exact same day as Paul Kantner in 2016. So two of the band members passed away on the same day. Let's see, Signe Tolley Anderson and Paul Kantner died, it looks like in January of 2016. They passed away on the same day. What a synchronicity. Okay, Grace Slick, the iconic female lead, is still with us. She is 86 years old now. She's retired from music. She retired from music years ago and spends her time painting. Jefferson Starship today in 2026. Believe it or not, the Starship is still flying. The Runaway Again tour. Right now in 2026, Jefferson Starship is actually out on a new tour. It's called the Runaway Again tour, which is to share this stuff with you guys, okay? So the current members. The band is led by David Freiberg. I'll spell it David, and then the last name is Freiberg, who was a founding member of the Starship back in 74. He is in his 80s now and still performing. They also have a powerhouse female singer named Kathy Richardson, who Grace Slick herself picked to carry on the legacy. Okay, making a little bit of a connection here. So even though the pilots, I'll say, Paul and Marty, have moved on to the great beyond, the music and the mission continue. Just like we went to the moon in 69 with Apollo and are running away, okay? Back to the moon. We are running away back to the moon in Artemis in 2026. The band is back on the road in 2026, keeping that 1978 Earth energy alive, because the album that this song, was on is called Earth, okay? So, pulling this all together. So just birthday cakes and candles and all this. And I'm just going to break down that bittersweet kind of idea here. Think about the cakes, the candles, and then here's the bittersweet. the coincidences in the history and all that. Here's the, just going to break down the number 28 and all this, okay? And just this, the synchronicities and all that, all right? So Jefferson Starship birthdays and candles, okay? So remember, okay, Grace Slick. Her birthday, Grace Slick's birthday, October 30th of 1939, still with us. She's 86 years old. David Freiberg, I'll spell it Freiberg. He was born August 24th, 1938. Still touring, age 87. Now, this is the information I've come up with. Craig Cachico, I'll spell it Chaquico. He was born September 26th of 1954. It says, information I got, he's still with us, age 71. Paul Kantner, March 17th, 1941. He passed away in 2016. Marty Balin, born January 30th, 1942, passed away in 2018. Okay. And again, there was a synchronicity where two of the, the members, they passed away on the same day, okay? So, let's see, here we go here. Paul Kantner, the founder, he passed away on January 28th of 2016 at the age of 74. Okay, he had suffered a heart attack a few days earlier, which led to multiple organ failure. Okay, the cosmic coincidence, in a strange twist of fate, the original female singer of Jefferson Airplane, Signe Tolley Anderson, passed away on the exact same day as Paul. It was like they left, on the same kind of starship together, if you will. Okay, just a twist of fate there, coincidence, or what I mean, just bittersweet, I'll say, because we're talking about cakes and candles and it's birthdays, and this is bittersweet. Okay, it's it's sad, but obviously they've left something beautiful behind. Okay. Marty Balin, the voice of Runaway, he passed away on September 27th of 2018 at the age of 76. His health had been declining after a complicated heart surgery a few years prior. He was in Tampa, Florida when he passed peacefully. This is information that I've come up with. Okay, guys. Again, you can always look up the information just to, if you would like. So, but this is the information that I found. Okay. All right. The number 28. All right. Paul Kantner passed on January 28th. Okay. I just want you to think about the number 28. Again, Paul Kantner passed away on January 28th. In lunar cycles, it takes about 28 days for the moon to orbit the Earth. Okay. Since he was the one who named the band Starship, and he was really into space, like he was really into that whole idea of space. I just want you to think about that. Okay. Now, in 2026, the Runaway Again tour. All right. Even though Paul and Marty are gone, the band is literally on their Runaway Again world tour right now in April 2026. David Freiberg, I'll spell it Freiberg, who turns 88 this year, is leading the ship. 88 is, there's that. Anytime you see an 8, that 8 is the number, it's like the infinity symbol. And 8 is a number, it's all about abundance. I'll share that with you. It's about a number. Like if you have a number 8 life path number, it's all about abundance. It's about wealth. Okay. So, but, again, he turns 88 this year. Okay. So, as we celebrate the Artemis 2 mission here in April 2026, the band that sang about Runaway is back on the road. Okay. It's back on the road. It's back on the road. Okay. So, number 3, the Earth album connection. Okay. All right. Marty Balin sang about the flowers in the spring on the album Earth. Okay, and I just want you to think about just the flowers, and these were part of the lyrics of the song. Okay, and I'm working on down through my notes. Let me see here. All right. Okay, Grace Slick was born on October 30th, 1939. She is the matriarch of the ship. David, I'll spell it, Freiberg, Freiberg, born August 24th, 1938. He is a captain, still on deck, I'll say. Okay, Craig Chaquico, let me spell it, Chaquuico, born September 26, 1954. He was the young star guitarist on the Earth album. He was the young star guitarist on the Earth album. Okay. Now, Paul Kantner again. Paul Kantner, the visionary, passed January 28th of 2016, age 74. The cause: he suffered a heart attack and passed from multiple organ failure. All right, the sign: he died on the exact same day as the original Jefferson Airplane singer, Signe Tolley Anderson. Okay, just sharing that. Strange kind of occurrence there, twist there. Okay, Marty Balin. Balin. I hope I'm saying these names right, because I'm not that age, guys. So just I'm not their age, but I love the song. Love the song. Okay. They had another song called Miracles, and I love that song too. So that probably be a sunset song sometime this summer, because it's another song that puts me in just a feel of summer, like just breezy and all that. Okay, so Marty Balin, the voice of Runaway, passed September 27th of 2018 at the age of 76. The cause: he had been struggling with his health following heart surgery in 2016. He passed away peacefully while on his way to a hospital in Tampa. Okay. Again, the connection: Marty passed away just one day after Craig Chaquico's birthday. All right. Marty passed away one day after guitarist Craig, I hope I spelled his name right, okay, birthday, September 26th, okay, so just to let you guys know, all right, in 26, because I like to give you guys the song, that the song that I've picked as a sunset song. Then I like to give you the inspiration, how did the band or the group come up with the song. And then I like to give you information about the band, the artist, and like how they're doing today and all that kind of stuff, right? I like to bring it to you guys. I see a K has joined me. I see a Moez has joined me. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to see how many people join me for this live. Just felt called to make this video. Just really felt called to make this. Hearing about the mission, like Artemis 2 and all that, and just wanted to bring it together and, let you know where the name Artemis, like where it originated from. And it's just all together. When I thought of the idea, I'm like, this should be pretty interesting to bring all this stuff together, tie it all together. So again, let's see. In 2026, the Runaway Again tour, Jefferson Starship is actually on tour right now. Their 2026 tour is officially called the Runaway Again Tour. The timing: they are celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. Okay, full circle. I'm thinking about NASA's Artemis 2 mission is running away to the moon right now here in April of 2026. The band is on tour the band is on tour with the same name, okay, like Artemis 2, okay, and we just tying all this together, okay. So we've been talking about guys, I apologize, I gotta take a drink, long-winded here. I am a Gemini. And we're talking about flowers, guys. I'm a Mayflower. So I celebrate my birthday in May. So have any other Mayflowers in the house tonight? Again, I am a Mayflower. I was born in the beautiful month of May. So, I am a Gemini. So I'm going to keep reading here. We've been talking about the Artemis mission, and the birthday cakes, and all that. And the birthday cakes we bake for the goddess of the moon. Okay. And, just bringing all this together. Okay. The Starship basically hasn't stopped. Today in 2026, they are on a Runaway Again tour. It reminds, it's just, things are still running. Like things are, they're still on tour. They're back on tour again, and things are still going, right? I love this song, really. I hope you guys will take a listen to the song again. Runaway by Jefferson Starship. Beautiful song to me anyway. Just let me know what you think about the song here in the comments. When any of my other videos, just let me know what you think. All right, so the idea is we are always moving towards the next big adventure. Okay. Thinking about concerts and landing on the moon. Just things are always moving, guys. The candles keep going. All right. Okay, guys, now I want to tell you guys a little bit more information. I'm going to get away a little bit away from the song and all that and talk about some other things that I thought of. Okay, so I'm going to make a little bit of a connection here. I'm going to connect the starship of Captain Kirk. I want you to think about Captain Kirk. I'm going to break it down here. Captain Kirk to the real-life starship of the Artemis mission in the band Starship, all this stuff together. Jefferson Starship, all this together. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about William Shatner and William Shatner here. Okay. So, guys, Star Trek. Okay. It made me think about Star Trek. The original series timeline. Star Trek premiered, the series Star Trek premiered September 8th of 1966, just 3 years before the first Apollo moon landing. It ended June 3rd of 1969. The irony, the show actually ended its original run just 1 month before Neil Armstrong walked on the moon in 1969. While the real mission was starting, the fictional mission was finishing its first chapter. Now, here's another one, guys. Okay, this is another thing that I wanted to bring to light. Okay. On Star Trek, we had the first, I guess, like televised, the first interracial kiss. Okay, the first interracial kiss. All right. The episode, it was titled Plato's Stepchildren. It aired on November 22nd of 1968. So again, this was the very first interracial kiss televised, okay? This was a massive moment for television. The episode titled Plato's Stepchildren, it aired on November 22nd of 1968. The People. It captured Captain Kirk, who was played, William Shatner, and Lieutenant Uhura. I hope I spelled this right. Spell her name. Uhura. Okay. So Captain Kirk, William Shatner, and Lieutenant Uhura. Okay. Played by the legendary Nichelle Nichols. The story. In the show, they were forced to kiss by aliens with telekinetic powers. NBC was very nervous about it and wanted to film a version where they didn't actually touch lips, but Shatner and Nichols deliberately flubbed the takes, so the network would have to use the real kiss. This is information that I found, okay? The impact. It was a bold statement during the civil rights era, showing a future where race was no longer a barrier. William Shatner's real space flight. William Shatner finally went to space for real on October 13th of 2021 aboard Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket. At age 90, he became the oldest person to go to space. His reaction, the overview effect. Okay. While everyone else was celebrating, Shatner was deeply moved and even saddened. The quote, he said, "My trip to space was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it was like a funeral." The darkness. He described looking away from Earth into the blackness and the black ugliness of space. He expected to see mystery and awe, but instead he saw death. The beauty of Earth. He said the experience made him realize that the beauty isn't out there, it's down here. He called Earth's atmosphere a thin blue skin that keeps us alive and felt a deep grief for how we are treating our planet. Okay? Now, I'm going to bring this full circle. Okay? So in 1969, we had Captain Kirk on TV and Apollo 11 in the sky. It was all about the final frontier. In 1978, Jefferson Starship gives us the album Earth and sang the song Runaway, reminding us that we need the air. In 2021, the real Captain Kirk, Shatner, goes to space and realizes that Earth is the most precious thing we have. Number 4, in 2026, which is now, 2026, which is now, the Artemis 2 mission is out there right now, while the band Jefferson Starship is on their Runaway Again tour. Okay. William Shatner spent years playing a captain looking for life in the stars. But when he finally got there in 2021, he looked back at the thin blue skin of our atmosphere, and wept for the beauty of Earth. It reminds me of those Jefferson Starship lyrics. I love you like the sun. I need you like the air. As Artemis 2 circles the moon, okay, in 2026, they are looking back at that same comforter of blue that Shatner saw. Okay? And to me, all this is pretty heart-stirring, guys. Okay? So I'm going to continue with this. Now. Okay. Okay, so this is information about Nichelle Nichols. Okay, this was the African-American lady, she shared the very first interracial kiss with William Shatner, televised, okay? So, again, this is information about Nichelle Nichols. Nichelle Nichols didn't just play a communications officer on TV, she literally opened the doors of the real NASA for the rest of the world. As of today, April 2nd, 2026, William Shatner is still with us at the age of 95 years old. But Nichelle Nichols has passed on. The legacy of Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, okay? I'll spell it Uhura, and I believe she was a beautiful woman. Beautiful, classy looking lady. Beautiful young woman, she was beautiful. Okay, when she was playing that part, okay? So Nichelle, the legacy of Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, I'll spell it Uhura. Uhura. Okay. She passed away on July the 30th of 2022 at the age of 89. The cause of her death, she passed from heart failure she passed away from heart failure in Silver City, New Mexico. Okay, and I think I did make a note that she passed away in Silver City, New Mexico, and here we are talking about Artemis and the moon, and the moon, the metal that the moon is tied to, it corresponds with silver, okay? So just guys look into it a little bit, all this alchemy and everything. So anyhow, she passed from heart failure in Silver City, New Mexico. In real life, her real life NASA mission. After Star Trek ended, Nichelle didn't just walk away from space. She started a company called Women in Motion and was hired by NASA to recruit women and people of color. Because of her, NASA hired its first female and minority astronauts, including Sally Ride, the first American, the first American, probably meant to put African American woman in space, okay? Or American. I'll leave that because I may have gotten that mixed up a little bit, okay? So a starship send-off. In a beautiful tribute, some of her ashes were launched into deep space on a memorial flight in 2023. So she is literally among the stars. The film and, all that. Just putting all this together, full circle, guys. Okay, let's see. NASA has Okay. NASA has explicitly stated that the Artemis mission is designed to fulfill the legacy of Nichelle Nichols, the first woman. Artemis 2, which is in flight right now, and the upcoming landing mission are specifically aimed at putting the first woman and the first person of color on the moon. Shatner's vision. Okay. So I'm thinking about, just thinking about Nichelle's hope for the future with Shatner's grief for the Earth. Nichelle worked to get us to the stars, while Shatner reminds us why we must cherish the Earth. Okay. So, guys, I've been talking about birthday cakes for Artemis, and the runaway tour of Jefferson Starship. Just tying all this together. William Shatner, Captain Kirk, finally went to space at age 90 and told us that the darkness was cold, making him love our Earth even more. And then there's Nichelle Nichols, our lieutenant, Uhura. I'll spell it Uhura. She passed in 2022, but her mission didn't end there. Okay. As the Artemis 2 crew circles the moon, now in 2026, they are carrying Nichelle's dream with them. She was the one who told NASA that space is for everyone. So when I'm just putting this all together, guys, okay? You're just talking about this path in the stars, right? All right, so we've got the idea of the goddess Artemis, NASA, and music, and a song from 1978. I've talked about Star Trek. Okay, and here we are. Okay, so again, number one. Okay, the alchemy of the sun and moon. In ancient alchemy and astrology, every celestial body has a soul made of a specific metal. Okay. The moon is silver. Silver is considered the lunar metal. It is a cool, reflective, the moon is silver. Silver is considered the lunar metal. It is cool, reflective, and associated with intuition, the feminine, and the mother energy. The alchemical symbol for silver is actually a crescent moon. The sun is gold. The sun is gold. Gold is the solar metal. It is warm, radiant, and represents the father energy, authority, and the spark of life. Okay. And you guys might think about that again. I'll say it again, because yesterday, there was Easter, the celebration of Easter, guys. You think about it, the sunrise service. Again, I'll say it. I didn't get to go to sunrise service and be among a bunch of people, gather together like that. And there was a part of me, that I could have, went to church. I take my grandmother to church and things like that. And it just didn't work out that way. But I will say I wanted to, but it didn't work out that way. But I'll tell you the one thing that I really wanted to do, and I missed out on it because I was just tired. Really, I was really tired. And I overslept. I really wanted to get up yesterday and have like a little bit of a sunrise thing for myself, like just, kind of be near a window and look out and um, light a candle and have like a sunrise thing just sacred for myself and that kind of thing. And, because I believe in God and all that. But I'm a Gemini, so I just like to bring everything together and talk about it all here on my channel and, connect with people and all that. But again, when I just think about this because I think about, you think about the sun, and then yesterday we had Easter, and then, you could have had sunrise service and all that. And, some people, I believe in God. So the Father, the Son, the Blessed Holy Spirit. But then there's also that celestial body, the sun, okay, the sun. And but the sun, again, I'll read it, and you have to look into it a little bit if you don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't know it. I had to read a book about alchemy, and then it's like, oh, this is what's going on here. There's always, the more you know, I'll say, okay, the more you know. But again, the moon is silver, okay, and it has that silver is considered the lunar metal. The moon is silver. Silver is considered the lunar metal. It is cool, reflective, and associated with intuition, the feminine, and the mother energy. The alchemical symbol for silver is actually a crescent moon. The sun is gold. Gold is the solar metal. It is warm, radiant, and represents the father energy, authority, and the spark of life. Okay? The Silver City connection. Okay. And I just thought about this as I was making the video, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I see a Positive Vibes has joined me. Thank you so much for joining me. Positive Vibes, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It gives me positive vibes, right? So thank you guys so much. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. Again, thank you so much for joining me. You could be doing so many other different things, but you're here with me. I see Ashlyn Martinez has joined me. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Again, okay, so the Silver City connection, and I just thought about this, weaving all this together. Nichelle Nichols, okay, the woman who opened the door to the moon for so many, passed away in Silver City, New Mexico. It's just a beautiful full circle idea. I thought about that when I read that she actually she passed away in Silver City, New Mexico. I wanted to let you all know that the metal that corresponds with the moon is silver. Okay, just to let you know. And if you don't understand, then just look up some information about alchemy. I found it to be so interesting, like some of the things that we just don't know. Okay, when you open your heart, do some reading and research, and just the things you find out, like there's so much out there to know. So anyhow, so while she spent her life looking at the stars, I just put all this together, the silver energy and all that, and just bringing it all together, guys. So the date connection, she passed away on July the 30th of 2022. Okay. And if you look at the energy of that time, she was leaving the earth just as the new Artemis era was heating up. It was just getting started. Okay, so in the ancient world, they believed the moon was made of silver and the sun was made of gold. So, and then I'm just thinking about, the woman who helped us reach for the moon, Nichelle Nichols, passed away in a place called Silver City. Okay. So just thinking about all this. All right. Looking down through my notes, trying to get to the bigger points. Okay, so in 2026, here and now, as Artemis 2 carries her legacy towards the lunar surface. They aren't just looking for rocks; they are looking for that silver light that she spent her life sharing with us. Okay, so I just want you guys to just to know all these different things. I just found all these things and kind of weaved them together. This is all a legacy of the pioneers that have shown us the way. All right, so let me see here. All right. So again, April the 2nd of 2026. You guys, we are in the month of, it's Earth Month, okay? Now, I want you to think about this. William Shatner has become a huge voice for the planet. William Shatner. He even said recently that if Captain Kirk were real today, now this is William Shatner again, William Shatner has become a huge voice for the planet. He even said recently that if Captain Kirk were real today, he would be appalled at how we're treating the Earth. He wants us to move from the final frontier, basically, of space back to the frontier of Earth, okay? Just think about this. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about Earth Day because we have Earth Day here in this month. The history of Earth Day, when it is. Earth Day is April 22nd of every year. Again, Earth Day is April 22nd every year. How it started. It began in 1970, just 1 year after the moon landing. A U.S. Senator named Gaylord Nelson saw a massive oil spill in California and realized that while we were looking at the moon, we were neglecting our own backyard. The impact. That was the very first Earth Day. That very first Earth Day led to the creation of the EPA and the Clean Air Act. It was the moment humanity decided to start protecting the nest. Okay. Number 2, Earth Day 2026. What's happening? Okay. Give me a little bit of a timeline here. Artemis 2, the mission, and Earth Day and all this. Okay. Okay, so the theme, just think about this. The theme, think about this year. Think about the planet versus plastics and sustainable energy. The Shatner connection. Shatner has been working with EarthDay.org. Shatner has been working with EarthDay.org recently, even using his voice to help save marine life like orcas. I'll spell it. ORCAS. He tells everyone, education, education, read everything. He believes the first step to saving Earth is just being curious about it. Okay? Now I want to give you some tips here. Maybe a little bit of a public service announcement. I see a Cheryl Lynn has joined me. I see a Page House, guys, a Page House, why? I don't want to start pronouncing everybody different, names wrong and all that. Guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I always like that name, Cheryl Lynn. Really, I always love that name, Cheryl Lynn. I look at that as like a sign. I have always loved that name, Cheryl Lynn. Yeah. Anyhow, because my name is Sherry, and then I think about Cheryl Lynn or Sherry Lynn. I've always loved that name. So I'll just take that as a little bit of a sign there. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me again. I've always loved that name. But anyhow, Sherry Lynn. So let me continue with this, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry. So I want to give you some, maybe a public service or kind of announcement, earth-friendly tips. Okay, so the pink moon cleanup, I'll call it. Since the pink moon just happened, I'll suggest a moonlight cleanup or a neighborhood walk to pick up litter. I was thinking about it while the spring flowers are blooming. Just try to pick up things, throw things in the trash, guys. Planting for Artemis. Okay, I just want to suggest planting, maybe planting native wildflowers like the phlox. I'll spell it. Okay, native wildflowers, because the full moon that we had in Libra, it was called the pink moon, but the idea was it wasn't necessarily pink. It was about the flowers that, the wildflowers. Okay. So I'm going to spell that flower. It's Phlox. Okay. So basically, a way to honor the goddess Artemis, the protector of the wild, and help the local bees and birds. I'm just, making these suggestions. I'm going to encourage you to, to plant some wildflowers, do some cleaning up, pick some trash up and all that, trying to think about the earth. Okay, energy, lights out. I'm going to encourage, turn your lights off. Turn your lights off for an hour on Earth Day, April 22nd. Encourage you to turn your lights off for about an hour, at least an hour on Earth Day, April 22nd, and just sit under the stars. It saves power and lets you see the silver moon more clearly. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to say a little bit about William Shatner. William Shatner went to the stars and realized that, the blackness of space only makes the green of Earth more beautiful. This April, as we celebrate Earth Day on the 22nd, let's take a lesson from the captain, okay? Captain Kirk. Okay, we're running away to the moon with the Artemis crew and thinking about that, keeping our hearts here on the ground, thinking about our Earth. Plant a flower, consider planting a flower for the pink moon, or just think about these ideas. I've told you about how the origin of the birthday cake, the whole idea came from Artemis, which Artemis is the goddess, the goddess of the moon. And the idea was, when you have the tradition of the birthday cake, started out as a round cake, and when you put those candles on top, the idea was it was like a full moon. It was like a full moon when you put the candles on top of the cake. It was like, having a bright, glowing full moon. And then, you blow the candles out. So I just want you guys to think about that and think about the earth and the air, and the song that I've shared with you guys, the song for tonight, the sunset song that would like for you to go and take a listen to. It is called Runaway by Jefferson Starship. The song was made back in the 70s, and it was featured on their album Earth. Okay. Guys, let's see. Do I have any more? Okay, I just want to run down some stuff here. Yep, I think I got some of the lyrics here. And guys, if I come across those other notes, that I work pretty hard at coming up with this stuff. I'm not going to say everybody's going to want to come back and listen to that whole live when I'm basically adding just extra things. But if I find it, I put so much work into it that I'll go live again another night and share that stuff. But I'm not going to guarantee, because I might not find it. But if I do, for anybody that comes on, that's what you'll hear. So we just want you to think about the Earth and Earth Day, and these ideas. Happy Earth Month to everyone, and think about the Earth that we love and the future of it. The children, and the future and everything. We want to have the Earth and everything, and the beauty of it for the future, for the children, and so on. And for ourselves, you know what I mean? Like we're here, so we got to take care of it. So just want to emphasize some of the lyrics of the song. Sun is coming. It's spring is just around the corner. Okay, these are just some of the lyrics. And I've told you about the connection, the gold and the sun, and the connection, the Apollo energy, then the era of Apollo. Now we're in the era of, the silver, the moon, of Artemis, this era we're in now. And just trying to stay grounded here on the earth and all this, giving you these ideas. Like the sun, we need the sun, and we need the air and these elements and everything. Okay, I've told you about, baking the round the idea of the birthday cake, how you have the round cake. It started out as a round cake. You light the candles to send your wishes up in the smoke to Artemis. That's where it all got started. Um, just bringing all this together. I'm going to read you some of the lyrics that I've gotten here from the song Runaway. Want to thank everyone for joining me. I see R.Y. Dog. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Gonna keep reading here. Gonna read some of the lyrics from the song Runaway from 1978 by the group Jefferson Starship. Okay, so here's some of the lyrics. See how far it goes down. Okay. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. I like to put my arms around you, and we can run, 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 run away. Let's run, run, run away. Let's run, 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 run away. If you knew how much I miss you, oh, I miss you more each day. I really like to come, guys. I've got to take a drink here. I am long-winded. I am a Gemini, and I love to sing. And guys, you wouldn't want to hear me sing, but I can at least read the lyrics. If I started singing, guys, you would want to run away. But anyhow, I can at least read it to you. So again, here's some of the lyrics. Okay, to Runaway by Jefferson Starship. Runaway by Jefferson Starship from 1978, and it was featured on the album Earth. Okay, and again, we're at the end of the month. We are going to have Earth Day. So let me keep reading this, guys. Has anybody heard this song? Let me know what you think. I love this song. Okay, so here's the lyrics. You don't know how much I love you, but I love you like the sun. I like to put my arms around you, and we can run, run, run away. Let's run, run, run away. Let's run, 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 run away. If you knew how much I miss you, oh, I miss you more each day. I'd really like to come and see you, and we could run, run away. Sun is coming, and it's getting warmer. Tell me spring is just around the corner. I'm sitting watching all the flowers. Birds are singing, getting louder and louder. And here I am missing you. Here I go loving you. Run, run, running. And if you knew how much I need you, oh, I need you like the air. If someone should take you from me, I would run, run, run away. Guys, I really like this song. And guys, I really would like it if you guys would let me know what you think about this song. What you think about this song? What do you think about the group? Do you like the song? Do you think the song is cheesy? I love this song, and this was just the song that started to play in my mind and in my heart when I put all this together. And the whole I was thinking about the whole idea of Artemis, and for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, play a song in my mind, play a song in my heart. And the song that popped up in my mind and popped up in my heart was this song by Jefferson Starship, Runaway. But I didn't even know that the album that the song actually was featured on back in the 1970s. I look it up, and the album that the song is featured on is called Earth. And here I'm talking about a mission that is dealing with NASA and the moon and all this different stuff, and obviously Earth and all this. And then I look up the information. What a crazy synchronicity. The song is taken from the album, and the album's called Earth. Okay. So, Now I want to share this, guys. Now, this is another funny synchronicity I got to share with you guys. Now, my phone was at 27% at one point when I was coming up with the information for this video. When I came up with I was looking up information to deliver to you guys for the video. My phone was at 27%. Okay. Now, usually a lot of times I've said it before. There's a lot of times I will look at my phone when I go live and my phone's at 69%. Now I've talked all about that. But when I was coming up with information, looking up information for the video, this video itself to deliver the message to you guys, I noticed that my phone was at 27%. Now 27%, I've seen something about that number 27. And it made me think about it. And I wanted to share this information with you because it's not the first time I've seen the number 27 when you think of the idea of the moon. But when I saw the number 27, my phone was at 27%. I thought I wanted to share this with my viewers. Okay. Whoever would view this video. Okay. So the idea, at that point, the other night when I was coming up with information, during the day, I was coming up with the information to deliver to you later on in the night. My phone was at 27%. Okay. And, I want to give you this connection, how there is a powerful connection between the number 27 and the moon. Okay. Now hear me out. Now, I think it's called the sidereal month. Now here, I'm going to spell it, obviously, inside, I think it's spelled sidereal. I'll spell it. And just look it up. Sidereal, month, the moon's true year. Okay. While we usually think of the moon cycle as 29.5 days, new moon to new moon, the sidereal, I think I'm spelling this right, I'm going to say it, S-I-D-E-R, S-I-D-E-R-E-A-L month is exactly 27.3 days. What it is, this is the time it takes for the moon to complete one full 360-degree circle around the Earth and return to the exact same position against the fixed stars. The meaning, while the 29-day cycle is about the moon's relationship to the sun, the 27-day cycle is about the moon's relationship to the deep cosmos. It is the moon's true orbit. The 27 lunar mansions. Then number 2, the 27 lunar mansions. Because the moon moves through the 27 lunar mansions. Because the moon moves through the entire zodiac sign in about 27 days, many ancient cultures, like in Vedic, I'm going to spell it V-E-D-I-C, Vedic, and Chinese astrology, divided the sky into 27 mansions or stations. The moon spends roughly 1 day in each house or station. Seeing 27 right now, at that point, was like a cosmic reminder that the moon has completed its journey and is ready to start a new lap. Okay. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. The 27-year progressed lunar return. In astrology, when you are around 27 years old, you experience what's called a progressed lunar return. It's a major turning point where your emotions and your soul's purpose go through a massive upgrade. It often aligns with people finally finding their voice, which is exactly, I call my channel Sunset Songs, right? And I feel like you guys, you listen to my voice and I'm heard with my channel. Okay. So I just wanted to say that. Okay. So my iPad, at that point, it wasn't my phone, but my iPad was at 27% at that point. And that's why I'm telling you about this synchronicity, and it made me share this information. Okay. So, but 27, okay, which is the exact length of sidereal. And I think I spelled this right. Said it right. Sidereal, moon cycle, 27.3 days. Okay. It's the moon's way of saying the circle is complete. Okay. So I just want to share this with you guys. Okay. Now, the progressed lunar return. Okay. The progressed lunar return, the heart clock. Okay. I want to share this with you guys. Number one, the progressed lunar return, the heart clock. All right. The age. This happens right around 27 to 27 point. I'm sorry. The age. The progressed lunar return, the heart clock. The age. This happens right around 27 to 27.5 years old. The vibe. This is an emotional homecoming. It's when your inner self, the part of you that feels, dreams, and needs, takes a look in the mirror. It's about figuring out what you truly want for yourself before the heavy lifting starts. The connection. Think of this as the silver moon energy we've been talking about. It's reflective and intuitive. Number two, the Saturn return, the father time clock. And guys, this makes me think, if you watch that show, there was a series. What was it? I was so into it. Stranger Things. The young girl Max, there was they often showed a grandfather like clock, and it was in trees. But that's the whole idea of Saturn. So just kind of think about that idea, and just think about the energy of Saturn, like the planet Saturn and everything. It's not an easy energy. It's not an easy energy. And just think about this. And if you don't understand, just look into it. I'm just kind of giving you something to look into. All right. Okay. And, even if you look in your birth chart and you see Saturn, it's an eye opener. I'll put it that way. So anyhow, okay. So number two, the Saturn return, the father time clock. The age. This happens a little later, usually between 28 and 30 years old. The vibe. This is the one tied to father time, Chronos, Saturn. This is the gold or solar energy of responsibility. It's the cosmic task maker coming by to check your work. The mission. If the lunar return asks, what do I love? The Saturn return asks, what have I built? It's the transition into true adulthood, where you have to get serious about your path. All right. All right. How they work together. The universe gives you the lunar return at 27 first, so you can get your heart right. Then a couple years later, Saturn shows up to help you build a solid structure around those heart-centered dreams. Okay. So again, my phone was at 27%. And I know about that number 27, and that I knew that it's connected to the moon, and I looked it up, and I just wanted to share this with you. Kind of look at it like it's the heart of a project, just something that I had to kind of circle around and deliver to you guys. Okay. And it's just about being ready, just in time for, I don't know, just wanted to give you guys this deliver that information to you. And let's see, guys, so I've told you about Artemis, the energy of Earth. I've given you the sunset song. I've told you, I'll give you a quick rundown here. I've told you about the number 27, Earth Day, the goddess again. The goddess, you think about the whole thing that's going on with Artemis right now. I wanted to remind you guys, it made me, as soon as I heard about the mission, it made me think of, I wanted to deliver the message. Why is it called Artemis in the first place? It's about the goddess Artemis. She's the goddess of the moon. Artemis, moon, silver. I've told you about birthday cakes. I've told you about the idea that Artemis, that Apollo, it all started with the Apollo, the sun energy back in 1969. Now, fast forward to 2026, we are now with Artemis 2, okay? And the idea is that Apollo and Artemis are said they were the twins, okay? Apollo. And guys, right now I'm going to quickly say this. It is 11:11 at night right now, 11:11 p.m. And if you're, you're into, I don't know, the law of attraction, angel numbers, all that kind of thing, 11:11 is a very powerful number. So I'm going to say that I want you to kind of, since we're all gathered together as a collective, I'm not going to hold you up much longer, but right now we are gathered together as a collective. This is all about attraction, the law of attraction, what we're trying to attract into our lives. I want you to, if you want to place your hand over your heart, whatever you want to do, I just want you to think, as we're gathered together as a collective, I want you to think about, at this special, the sacred time, sacred space, we're sharing together as a whole, full circle. I want you to think about something that you're saying is already yours, and it's, look at it as it is already yours. This is something that we're kind of saying that we're manifesting it, but we're saying it's already done. And I want you to, if you want to place your hand over your heart, because this is something that's very, very special to you, something dear to you, you know what it is. You don't have to tell anybody if you don't want to, you know what I mean? But think about it and feel the feeling. What would you feel like if you had this right now? If you were holding the hand, if it's love, you're holding this person's hand, you're holding the hand of the love of your life, you're looking into the eyes or whatever, the love of your life, they're yours to have and to hold. How would you feel? You want to feel that now. If you have this car whatever it is, I just want you to think about it as if it's already yours and basically say thank you, because the universe wants to deliver it to you. So, guys, with that being said, in just a little bit, I'm going to be closing down. I'm just going to be going over some final notes, to close everything down. I've told you everything about Artemis, her connection to birthday cakes and all that. The Apollo, the connection between Apollo and Artemis. Apollo was the god of, is the god of, the sun. And then Artemis is the silver energy, the silver lining. If you even think about that word, the silver lining, Artemis and the moon is tied to silver. But they're said to be the twins, okay? Brother and sister. The song that was the sunset song for tonight was a song called Runaway by a group, Jefferson Starship. The song was a song that was made back in the 70s. It was featured on the album Earth. Again, before I make a video or go live or whatever, I always think of a song, and the idea is for the song to be tailored around whatever the subject matter is. I asked, my higher self, my whatever, even if you just want to say my mind, whatever. I didn't look up anything. I just said, hey, I want a song. And the first song that popped up in my mind, in my heart, whatever in my mind, was Runaway by Jefferson Starship. And the song is featured on their album Earth. And the song was made in the 70s, the late 70s. Around about the time, obviously years before that, we had the whole thing with Apollo. So, in the mission, going to the moon. So, just giving you these final notes, the rundown, the sunset song. I've told you about some different people, reminded you about William Shatner, the first interracial kiss that was on TV. The numbers 27. I think I even talked a little bit about the number 28. And I'll even say that I talked about the number 28. I forget what the thing was tied to the number 28. But I even noticed this, that I often, sometimes when I'm in my car or whatever, I'll go back and listen to some of my videos that I've made on my channel, Sunset Songs, just to see what it sounded like. I'll play back the live and be like, oh, did I sound right? Did I sound hideous? How did I deliver the message? Whatever. I like to listen to my own voice. And when I was out today, I was listening to the video that I made for the full pink moon that we had in Libra on what I think it was the 1st of April, which was also April Fool's Day. Listen back to it. And at one point, I'm listening to the video, and I stopped it. I stopped the video, and I was in my car, and I got to the point where I had to stop. I had to, I had it playing in my car. And when I was playing it, it was at 28:28. So I had gone into 28 minutes of the video, 28 minutes into the video, and then it was 28 minutes into the video in like 28, I guess, seconds. So 28, 28. And then there, from that point, there was so much more of the video left because obviously I'm long-winded. But at that point, I stopped it right at 28, 28. And then the crazy synchronicity, I did that today, but then I looked back over these notes and I saw that there was something significant that I had in the notes about the number 28. I think it may have been something like, was it the two people from the group, Jefferson Starship, maybe passed away on the 28th or something like that. But there was something about that number 28. So, and then I thought about it. I thought back to that when I read over the information tonight, that earlier when I was in my car, and I even took a picture of it because I noticed that when anytime you see two numbers or three numbers back to back and they're the same, it's said to be like a message, like a spirit, like guide or something. So I saw it and I'm like, okay, 28, 28 back to back. And then when I go and I do the live, I noticed that the number 28 was here in my my notes. So obviously I'm going to go and look and see what the number, and I thought I had added it up. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, guys, 28 and 28, it says when you add the numbers up, okay? So if you have 28 and 28, you add 2 and 8 together, you have 10. And that just came to me. See, what it would be is 1010. The number 28 and 28. If you take a 2 and 8 and you add them together, you have 8, and then you add 2, you have 10. So I had 28 and 28. I got the angel number okay, see, it was 1010. You get what, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. When you break it down all together, it was the angel number 2828. The angel number was 1010. If you know, you know. But 1010 is said to be a number that is really all about spiritual awakening. So I just broke that down. That was the number 28 and 28. You add it up, 2 and 8 together, that's 10. So the all together it was 1010. So guys, I'm going to share that with you guys. I saw 28 28 and I put it together as 1010. So I'm sharing that with you guys. I'm going to say that it's a message for you as well. So if you want to go and see what the whole number 1010 is about, you are joining me tonight. And I've shared it with you. I want you to go and if you would like, go and look up what that number means, 1010. So, because one thing I want to say is I can almost guarantee that at 1010, I was doing this live here tonight at 1010. I was going live. I know that for sure. I'm wondering how many hours I've been talking tonight. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I see Kelly has joined me. I see a cute little cat has joined me. I see Losing Zorro has joined me. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I've had so much fun delivering this message to you all. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed delivering it and getting the message together. I hope that you'll choose to like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things here on TikTok. Obviously, I go by Shadow Girl Sherry. You can find me here, Shadow Girl Sherry, Sherry Shadow Closet. Over on YouTube, you can find me under Sherry Shadow Closet, Shadow Girl Sherry. And my main channel altogether is called Sunset Songs. I'm going to start sharing what the logo looks like more and more here on TikTok, so you'll know what you're looking for if you decide to join me over on YouTube, which I hope you will. And I can't wait till I get to the point where I finally I can go live on both. When I'm going live on TikTok, I'm also going live on YouTube. But I have got to get a couple more subscribers over on YouTube, and then I'll be able to go live, stream live at the same time while I'm going live on TikTok. I'll be able to go live on YouTube, but I got to get that subscriber count. I need 5 more subscribers over there, and I definitely want to build my channel up over there on Sunset Songs on YouTube. But I just love doing this anyway. So, yeah, so I can't wait to get that going. And again, I'm not the best with technology, but I'm going to keep showing up. because I love doing this so much. This is like, I love having this time with you guys. But I think I have laid everything down. There are some different points that, if I can find the old information, I had come up with other information for this video as well. If I find it, because I'm the stuff that I have a hard time with technology, but I'm working on it. Practice makes perfect. If I find that old information, I'm not asking for everybody to come and watch it because it'll be like a little bit of repeating. But at the same time, I put so much work into the stuff that I come up with. So I can't wait to be able to bring it to. I hope that I'll be able to deliver it to you all. Um, let's see. Let's see. I think I got everything. Yep, yep. This is all the. Yep, I got everything. But if I find the other stuff that I came up with, I'll deliver that to you all. Guys, there was actually other videos that I have started, and there is about different topics than what I'm talking about tonight. And just because I'm having a hard time with, you know, my technology and everything, I lost some of it. But I'm almost for sure at some point I'll find it again, which I hope I will because I put so much work into all this stuff. I love doing it. And again, I'm not saying for everybody to come and join me for every little detail, but it'll be a little bit different. So yeah. But anyhow, guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm going to be trying to figure out now how to close this live down. And I can't wait to see how many people join me tonight. I can't wait to see how long I talked. So, but now I'm going to be trying to figure out how to shut this down. And, again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. And it's saying here, and look, it says now go live for 36 more minutes. And I'm looking at that number 36. And, I'm going to say it right now. The number 36, when I see it, I think about it, because if I add one more number to the end of that 36, because it says go live for 36 more minutes, and then I would reach another stage here on my journey on TikTok. But I'm not going to do that. I can't, because I got to think about tomorrow, and tomorrow's coming, right? And you guys might need to go to work in the morning and things, but I just wanted to share this. When I see the number 36, it makes me think altogether of the said to be the code to the universe, or the Tesla code. Even think about the car Tesla. 36, you have 36, and then if you had another one of that, add a 9 to it, and then you have the 369 method, said to be the code to the universe. So the 369 method, you might want to look it up and give it a try. And even if you think about it, if you add 3 and 6 together, that you get 9. So guys, I see a Christian has joined me. I see, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to see how many people join the live tonight. And I can't wait to see how long I talked. But again, wanted to share that last little thing there with you. Every time I see the number 3 and 6, I think about that Tesla code, or the 369 method. So take a look into it. Try to use the method. And even if you don't think about 369, if you add the numbers 3 and 6 together, it equals out to 9. So, but guys, and guys, I'm going to say this is crazy. Now they're saying that go live for 36 more minutes and then I'll reach a certain percentage. I'm not lying to you guys when I tell you right now, my phone is at 36%. So I'm not lying, really, guys. Again, I see a AG paint. I see a Christian. I see a Burr 77. I see a DM. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me again. It said the crazy thing about in the live, go live for 36 more minutes and such and such and such. And then my phone right now is at 36%. But it's pretty late right now. So this is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. And, this whole video was about Artemis and the Artemis mission and all that. And, our first, woman going, out there and everything. And all this different energy, look into it. And information's all out there right now. I'd say it's all the rage right now. Artemis too. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed coming up with the information. This is going to be Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm not going to be able to go for another 36 minutes, but believe me, if I could, I would, but I really, I can't. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Good night and sweet dreams, and take care. And guys, always focus on the positive, right? That's what we're trying to do here. That's what it's all about. This is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Thank you, and good